Good evening, everybody. Sorry, very so slightly late. Got caught up looking at a WhatsApp chat. I won't lie and give you a better excuse because that's the one I have. Okay, so while we're waiting for people to come on, so I will repeat myself, we are going to be using a brand new journal tonight. Now, I've been very good and I've been saving this, and now I've decided I don't want to be good anymore and I want to use it. So we're going to be using the Dylusions Square Ledger Journal. See, I'm that excited I can't talk. With Dylusions Paint, Dylusions Stamps and Inkables. Okay, so I'm going to let people join in. I will find the live on the old Facebook and we will get started. As you get here, if you can give us a like or a share or a comment, it all helps. It all helps. If you are following this later on YouTube, please click the subscribe button, and that will just give you notifications when we put any more on. And please like and comment on the video as well, because it all helps. It really, really does. Right. Hello Kim, hello Alison, hello Anne. How are we all? Magnificent, I hope. Or fair to middling will do. You know, it actually will. Fair to middling will actually do. Right. So, this is my Dylusions Square Ledger Journal that I was bought as a Christmas present. So you know Sam has our birthday journal. This is my Christmas journal because it was bought for me at Christmas. And it's absolutely beautiful and I love it. And it's gorgeous, so we will go through it together and we will create our first page together with it as well. If you are crafting along with me and you want to get some bits together, I'm going to be using Dylusions Paint, maybe 4 colours, at least 3. I've got 3 separate Inkables here. I have my Posca pen. And I'll be using the Doodle Art Dragonfly and Dandy Daisy. Okay. Hi, Pauline. Are you alright? Wowee, Shaz, I know, right? I know, right? This is not the only exciting thing to happen today. I would just like to point out very, very quickly. Right, so for the last few weeks, we've all seen the desperation befall me as my distress collage medium got down to that. That was distressing. Okay. But I have a brand new beautiful tub. And it's so pretty. And I'm so happy to see it. Thank heavens. So there we go. I'm very, very happy. Very happy. Because I also have a new tub of collage medium. Alright. So we're going to get swiftly in. Let me move those out of the way whilst we open up this beautiful thing. It is the Square Ledger Journal. Okay, so we're going to open this up. Now, like all of your Dylusions journals, okay, you have your pocket on the inside, and it's basically a hardback book and a card cover with your pocket to keep any of your ephemera bits in and whatever. But inside here, we've got the gorgeous sort of manila cardstock, which is so good, okay, but you do have different prints in here. All right, I'm going to lift these up so you can see them a bit better, because I can't see on my phone if you can see them. So you've got sort of this wide ledger here, and then you've got a grid on this one, and then if I change the page, okay, you have a finer ledger here and a dot grid, like a bullet journal on this side, okay? Now, the fantastic thing about these, one of the fantastic things about these is the print is pale enough that you can go over it if you want, or if you want to cover it up, you can. It's a real choice. So if, for example, you have you're limited in space or for whatever reason, and you can only really commit to one journal at a time, this one's really good because you could do some bullet journaling in it. You can sort of mix up how you want to journal, which is really, really good. Okay, now Diane Reevely is actually the lady that introduced me to art journaling. Before that, I was a very neat and precise scrapbooker. And I saw her, and the very first sprays she launched, she was journaling in a ledger, like an old 100-year-old ledger. And I then proceeded to collect them, right, in the hopes that I was going to art journal in one. And here is just an example. I may have shown you this before. So this is a ledger. The oldest... I think this is the second oldest one I've got. The other one's further away. Okay, so these go back to 1921. But the problem is, I collected them and then I couldn't bring myself to spray ink on them. So they now live on a shelf. However, so this, it sort of satisfies that urge to work in a ledger, but not worrying that I'm ruining a piece of history. Because it panics me, in all honesty. So, I may get some media paper done with some of the ledgers I've collected. Because they're just so beautiful. But because I can't ruin them. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go for... I'm not going to finish The Habit of a Lifetime. I'm going to start somewhere in the middle. Just because it's going to sit open lovely. But what I am going to do is because we're going to work on this page here. I know it's unlike me to start on a left-hand page, but the reason I'm doing that is because it's the fine ledger, and that's what I want my first page to be. So I'm going to use some stamp and stencil tape. This won't stop all the migrating, but because I'm going to be using primarily paint tonight, I'm hoping it will stop too much, basically. Too much. I'll apologise now. My comments don't seem to be all coming up. So, yeah. If I don't respond to you, I'm not doing it on purpose. Oh, the excitement. Okay. I'm going to get some of my Dina Wakley brushes. I'm going to go for the small... I'm going to go for the round ones. I think probably the smaller ones first, the 16, and I also might go for the number 6, which I think is in the set of 4, I can't remember. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to get some paint. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spritz, because the trick here is going to be to leave some of that ledger, because obviously I don't want to cover it all up, because otherwise there's no point. So I'm going to spritz some water on. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with some lemon zest first, and then I'm going to spritz it again. And we're going to really help this paint sort of travel out a bit. I'm going to get another piece of paper, a piece of black card, but that will do for now, I think. Okay, now one of the fantastic things about Dylusions Paint is, well, there's several fantastic things. It's really sort of manoeuvrable. It is quick drying, it's easy to blend, and it's so vibrant. So I'm going to try, and let's face it, we all know this is not my strong suit. I'm going to try and leave some white space. Okay, so this is the thing as well. I wanted to show how fun they are to spray, because obviously I use the sprays a lot for spraying, funnily enough. But you can really move your paints, your Dylusions paints, in a similar way, which is brilliant. And then we're going to tip that up. Yeah, I've done too much water. I think my white space is a dream, but that's all right. We are still going to try. Okay, so when you've got it about how you want it to be, I'm going to take my heat tool and then we're going to heat set it. Now again, the thing with Dylusions paint is you can apply it in so many different ways. For example, you can apply it with a baby wipe and it's dry almost instantly. Same with a blending tool. You can apply it with a blending tool and you get this lovely smooth blend. It blends really well. But also, I touched on this in the Love is in the Air blog, YouTube hop video. It doesn't resist, okay? So if you do a complete solid background, and I'm talking with non-watered down Dylusions paint, and then you decide you want to go over the top with spray ink, it's not going to resist that and puddle it. For example, if you use a distress paint, it will resist the spray ink and then puddle, okay? Which can actually be a really cool technique and look, if that's what you're going for, but if it's not, it can be an absolute pain in the bum. Okay, so we're just gonna, let's put a big blob there of paint, so I'm just gonna move that out a little bit. I did quite a lot of water. You can still see the ledger underneath, which is fabulous. I'm so excited. Tip. Ooh. And I think we'll go with a little tip the other way. There we go. And all of these things work to give you that background you want. And as always with the Dylusions journal, you do get lots of pages for your money. So again, if you want more pages for your pound, it's a Dylusions journal all the way. It all depends on what you're looking for. But I think I've been really good. I think I have been so good to resist using this until now. Don't you think? I think I've been so good. Okay, so you look and we've got, this is nearly dry. It's just because I added far too much water in. But it's fine because I wanted to move the ink. So for example, if you like the look spray inks give, okay, but you don't like the cast off, you don't like the mess, you don't like anything like that, you can create these similar sort of effects with your Dylusions paint. So, and in fairness, I generally forget to try with so much. I do, I'm not going to lie. And then you do it, and you know me, once I remember about something I like, it's then on my desk for the next 2 weeks. So, you know, prepare for more Dylusions paint fun. Okay. Yeah, bored now. So, on to the next. So, I'm just going to stand up and lift that up and make sure you can still see. You can see the ledger coming through under your lemon zest paint. Okay. So, from here, you, Dawn, if it's the one you bought last week, you brought this size, but it's just plain. I think, if I'm thinking of the right one, which I'm not saying I am, I'm just, you know. So from here, I'm going to go to, those were the three I got out, but they're actually not the three I'm going to use. I'm going to go for my Metalwork Alpha. Okay, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a painty, a blending mat I've already destroyed with far too many paint techniques. haven't cleaned it properly. Oh, there's a little bit of paint on there, but that's fine. And we're going to add some mango punch to the back. Okay, so you know what? I'm just going to work out the lid. We're going to get a little square brush. Okay, and we're going to, I mean, you could, in fairness, I should have done this over a different page, shouldn't I? We're going to do that, and then we're going to spritz and put that over the top. Okay, and then we're going to spritz. Again, it's so that we can still get that over the top. I think I'm going to have to do a little bit more than that. So we're going to add a little bit of the mango punch through here. As well. Done it a bit scribbly, so I've lost a bit of definition, but that's okay. That's okay. And then take that one, put that on, and we're going to heat set. Just get the most of that water dry. Zingy. Oh, I don't think I did say, sorry, the Dylusions Paint, we have now put a multi-buy on those. So they are buy 6, get 10% off. So, I'm going to do that there. Put the lid back on my mango punch. Can't lie, I've just put the wrong end of my brush in because I was like, it can't be that full. It actually is that full. I was like, is that a bubble? Okay, sorry, yes, they do also have a widget in that you should use. Okay. Now I'm going to go for the Dirty Martini. Okay. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to go for this circle one here. And this is a technique I saw online, and I can't remember who did it, and I will try and find them and put them in the credit. So we're going to shake up our Dirty Martini. I love this green. It's sort of like it's mossy, but it's still quite vibrant, which I really like. Okay, so I'm going to, what we're going to do is we're going to pick out some of the circles. Because I don't want the bits in between. So we're going to pick out some of these. I'm going to go for that half one there. Okay, and then I go some more up here again. Again, it doesn't matter if they're perfect shape. Like I said, we're going to be going in with our doodle art stamps in a minute. So we're not... We're just layering up our paint there. And then, like we were doing before, I'm just going to... See, that I think is brilliant. We're just going to get our mini mister. I'm going to spritz those. We're going to put them on. Use up all that excess paint as best we can. Okay. And then heats up. Now, I've been telling you about how quick Dylusions Paint dries whilst drying it with my heat tool. But just as a... So you saw this just applied with a brush. That's already dry. So if you're applying direct and not adding as much water as I do to all the bits, it is actually dry. I mean, that bit's a bit thicker, so that's still wet. But on the whole, it does dry exceedingly quickly. So it is a really, really good paint. Alright. So we're going on here. Okay. Now, I feel like I said, I wanted to keep a bit more white space, and this has got a little bit out of hand. So I'm going to take my triangles and stripes and my white linen Dylusions Paint. Now, I will cop to this one straight away. A lot of the time when I don't have gesso, can't find my gesso, can't open my gesso because I haven't prepped the lid properly, and things like that, I will actually prime or use my Dylusions Paint how I would a gesso. Like I say, because it doesn't resist water-based sprays or anything like that, you can use pretty much all your Dylusions Paint as a gesso. So the white one is really, really good for that. It is really good for that. So I'm just going to take my white and just sort of add a bit of white back in. I'm not going too thick, it's just to add a little. I might pop a little one that's going over the circles because I like that. I like layering up my templates. So use your Inkables, and as you can see, I am just dipping straight into the pot because, in all honesty, I keep upsetting myself with the amount left on a palette. So there's no point doing that when you can work out the lid. The two stencils, so this one, this is Swirling Circles. That's in the 6x6 section that Sam has done a link for you for. The triangle and stripes, no, these ones aren't new, these are existing, as it were. Okay. Then again, we'll go in with our heat tool. I'm so excited about this, it looks so good. Okay, I'm going to take my Posca pen and we're going to go round our circles. Now, if it's important to you that the circles match, you know, you can put your template back over. I want it to be more of a sort of loose, sort of relaxed idea of the circle. That's why it didn't matter if they were a bit messy. It's just to... I might come in with a black one in a minute as well. I'm going to come and highlight some of those circles that came in afterwards. Maybe work our way with some dots around this circle from the Metalwork Alpha, which is always a firm favourite, isn't it? Okay. I'm actually really liking how this is looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding in some other elements, okay? So the reason these colours were chosen, okay, is because in my cutout bag of ready cutouts, I found these two beauties. So this is the Doodle Art Dragonfly, and this is the Doodle Art Dandy Daisy. Now you might have remembered this from before when you've seen it and I've been going to apply it to things. So what I've done, the only thing I've done to change it is I've added in some lines with a green pigment micron number 5 and just gone around the outside to add in the green, because there wasn't any green on this, so I wanted to tie in the dragonfly. This one, it has returned from the Posca del Sol. This is actually my original Posca. And then I've added in some green on here. I've also added on some Posca white dots because, you know, that's how I roll. So there we are. So what I'm going to do, actually, thinking about it now, is I'm going to take my green micron, and I have just literally thought about it now, I wasn't gonna. We're going to go around some of our triangles. Again, we're not going to stress about them being perfect. If you want to, that's absolutely fine, but that's, like I say, Diane changed me from a, that one's still a bit wet, that one's alright, from a very precise exact scrapbooker, and I can't go back. I do want to do more scrapbooking, I won't lie. Abby was 15 last week. I'm about 14 years behind. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to say, there is a darker green. I can't remember which one comes from which set, or which ones are available individually. There are some coloured microns available on the website. Okay. I feel like I need some more background stamps, so I think I am going to go with the Doodle Art Dragonfly, because it's got some really cool small elements on. So I think I'm going to go for this little stripy number here, and I'll go for, there's my border block, couldn't find it the other day, and I'm going to get my Versafine Clear, because the stamped images are in black, so it's totally cool to add some black stamping in. It will work, so we're just going to put in a sort of row of these, well, an odd number at varying heights. Those I'll put there, and then I think we'll do one more coming off that side. Now really am glad that I put my tape there. Then I think I'm going to go to this one here, but for that one I think I'm going to go to my Distress Archival inks. This is sets 4, 5 and 6. So yeah, I think I'm going to go to the green as well. I'm going to go to the Rustic Wilderness. It's ever such a good green. We're going to go in with this little swirly dude on here. Might do it again, a couple of that one. Might do that one actually. Coming down on these circles, which has given it sort of a balloon look, but you know, there you go. Put that away, and then finally I'm going to go for this little arrow here. And I think for that one, I'm going to go in with the Wild Honey, just bring a bit more of a tonal orange into there. Again, you can stamp over your paints if you want to. Because I'm not going to. So if you like the hand-drawn extras that you put on pages, they're all there for you. But you know, you say you're not confident enough to really put them on. Start with it, and then add to them after if you feel like you want to. Okay. These can be just your starting point. Now, from here, I'm going to start thinking about where I want things to go. So I'm looking and trying to follow myself on the... See, I think that works quite well with the dragonfly there. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to go in with some of Sam's wordy stickers. I never think of using my small archivals for stamping like that. Great. In all honesty, Dawn, it's all I use my small archivals for. Adding in. Whatever, what have we got here? Wordy stickers 2B. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm reading. I'm looking for something that's sort of juxtaposition with the softness and lightness of this. Here we go. Here we go. I think we'll go for... this is a prototype one because I'm not in the middle. You can disagree with me. I'm going to snip that one. You can disagree with me. I can't force you to be right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to snip these rounded corners off. Okay, so let's just, because I will collage medium these on. These are actually sticking exceedingly well. I'm just going to take off those rounded corners. You can disagree with me. I can't force you to be right. That's so good. Okay. And from there, I am wondering if I should layer up those images on black to sort of make them pop. I really can't decide. This is a tricky one. I just can't decide whether to layer the Dandy Daisy and Dragonfly on black to make it pop a bit more. No. I do feel like it might need a black border though. The page, I mean, to tie it all in. Maybe it does. I'm thinking, I am sorry, my loves. Right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to edge it. I'm just not sure how right now. Let's think. Yeah, it definitely needs an edge. I'm thinking. To be honest, it would be good as well, to be honest, just thinking out loud. I'm not going to do this with this one, but I think using the wordy stickers is sort of like to create a frame around the edge. That would also be very cool. I'm just not sure what to do. Oh no, this is no good. So if I take that black away, then how do I feel about putting in a black edge? Oh, see, now that actually does look okay, doesn't it? With the black there, I felt if I took it away, it wouldn't be good enough. But that is okay without, I think. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to compromise on a faux stitch. Okay. With a black pen. I'm going to use a thicker one. I really don't know if I can kill another. No, I want something thicker than my Pigma Microns. What have I got? It's thicker than those. So you can just leave it. Do you know what? I'm going to just leave it. I don't want to do it and regret it. Right. So therefore, I'm going to peel that off. From a beautiful clean finish. Okay. So we just need to add some collage medium, don't we, to the tiny stamp makes you think of Space Invaders. So I'm going to add that back to there. And that one to there. And that, I usually have a white piece of card to put behind when I finish. The problem is I then leave them out and then use them for something silly. So there you go. Just so you can see it completely sort of undisturbed. But I'm really, really pleased with it. And the good thing about it is you can still see the beautiful ledger detail that's that's printed onto the stock, the manila cardstock that's in your journal. So you've got that detail coming through, which, you know, is just effortless, really. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me, my lovelies. I am in Crafting Together with All Brands tomorrow at 2 PM. Sally should be here at 8 o'clock. I haven't confirmed with her this week. That's my fault. But she should also be on the Facebook page at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And then I do believe Sam is back for Chit Chat Friday this Friday, but she will confirm with you. Hence why there wasn't a schedule this week, because I didn't do all the confirming I was supposed to do. So if you have not subscribed to the Bee Crafty YouTube channel, please do that. Also, please follow us on Instagram and all the other socials, because it's just really, really helpful. The new website is coming along nicely, but there is still quite a lot in the end of line that will not be moving over, so that is sort of like a last chance to buy some of that. And if you need any help finding any of the products we've used today on the website or anything else at all, just give us a shout and we will do everything we can to help. All right then, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Bye bye.